Hello there. It looks to me like the Labour Party is now gunning to keep the UK in the EU. The Labour Party conference in Liverpool is throwing up comments left, right and centre that scream to me, vote Labour, get Remain. Not only has Jeremy Corbyn basically announced a major shift in his party's policy by saying that he would back a second referendum if the members voted for it, but we've also had Keir Starmer, the shadow Brexit secretary, ad-libbing and changing the text of his pre-published speech by unexpectedly adding in that the option of staying in the EU was still on the table. If the Prime Minister returns with a deal that does not meet our tests, and that looks increasingly likely, we will vote against her deal, Starmer told the conference. A vague or blind Brexit is a leap to nowhere, and we will have no part in it. And he added, nobody is ruling out Remain as an option. This has led CNN to say that the chances of a second referendum just got higher. And now Emily Thornberry, the Shadow Foreign Secretary, wants the Labour Party to declare that if it won an election, it would extend the Article 50 process, saying, "We should have a general election, and on our manifesto we should say, we will abide by the results of the referendum. We cannot obviously leave in the current circumstances. We need to extend Article 50. To preempt your next question, I don't know how long it will take, but we need to extend Article 50 and essentially turn up in Europe and say, the grown-ups have turned up now, let's sit down and talk." The grown-ups, eh? And we all know that extending Article 50 means EU MEP elections in the UK in 2019 and an unprecedented, massive, scaremongering lunge by the establishment and press to keep us inside the undemocratic EU empire. The time for talking has passed. It passed many moons ago, when it became abundantly clear that the EU has absolutely no intention of participating in any negotiations. It is now time to walk and just repeal the European Communities Act 1972 now. We would then leave the EU under our own legal system. Commenting on the shadow Brexit Secretary's speech, the UKIP leader Gerard Batten said, "Keir Starmer is another member of the Remainer elite who thinks he knows better than the people. I will remind Mr Starmer that 5 million Labour voters also voted for Brexit. Labour, Liberal or Tory, it's clear that if people want Brexit, that they will have to vote for UKIP at the next general election." And the Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab said, "The Labour Party promised to voters in their manifesto to respect the referendum, but they are now tearing up that pledge, failing to deliver on the instruction of the British people. They would take us all back to square one. Their decision to vote down any deal in Parliament, no matter what the terms, is unprincipled and shows that the Labour Party is putting political calculation above the national interest." And Raab says that with a straight face, while his Tory Brexiteer colleagues are also planning to vote that shabby Chequers Remain base deal down. But it's not just Labour. In case you've missed it, a cross-party group of Scottish MPs, MEPs and MSPs has been successful in having their case for a definitive answer on whether the UK can unilaterally withdraw from Brexit sent to the European Court of Justice for a decision. What they're looking for is to be able to put it to Westminster politicians that they have also got the option of voting to withdraw Article 50 unilaterally when considering any deal that the PM brings back from Brussels. The director of the Good Law Project, Joe Lyon-Moore QC, who helped with the case, said, "Today is a vital step in proving we can remain within the European Union with all of our opt-outs and rebates." Does he really think the EU will just let us slide back in with no political reprisals? We've already seen the true nature of the beast and can expect a mauling if we shuffle meekly, shackled hand and foot, back inside that cage. those on the ECJ will have that firmly in their mind when considering their position. UKIP leader Gerard Batten commented, "These people show their true undemocratic colours by this action. They lost the vote but will resort to anything to reverse it. It's unsurprising that Scottish National Party politicians are leading the charge on this. The fake nationalists of the SNP would prefer to be ruled from Brussels over Holyrood and Westminster." Now to post-Brexit EU migration. The UK Cabinet has agreed that people from the EU should come under the same rules as apply to those coming in from outside the EU, with the BBC quoting a source saying that the decision had been unanimous, but it went on to report that, according to one source, the principle was agreed that the UK would not show bias towards immigrants from any one part of the world over another when granting access to work. However, one cabinet source told the BBC the agreement did not constitute a firm decision, and a government source said that there could be light touch migration rules for EU nationals as part of any wider Brexit trade deal. Whatever does light touch migration mean? But what gets me is that the levels of net inward EU migration are still at about 100,000 a year, and above that seen up until 2012. But some are still arguing that we need ever-increasing numbers of low-skilled EU workers. I ask, when would enough be enough in these people's eyes? I reckon they won't be happy until every single EU worker has decamped into the UK to live crammed with another 26 fellow EU workers to every room. And they'd still demand more. Anyway, please let us all know what you think by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.